Hello everyone, and welcome to Chedderbarrel Bourbon Street, a Mardi Gras themed event that's right on the heels of Winter Canyon. So they actually have this one and Winter Canyon going side by side at the moment, as it's basically almost February as I'm doing this. And haven't really done anything in relation to Mardi Gras through any of the videos I've done here, so I decided to cover this event too. They actually have a Chinese New Year event as well, but it's a very small area, so I'm not going to cover it. And it looks like we're in a club at the moment. Plenty of beer and alcohol. You see the shallots of people over on the second story there. Got a Saints flag, and I guess this is a picture of perhaps the actual real place in real life there, which is pretty neat. Apparently called the Charleston Club, and Mardi Gras is, I believe it's a very big thing in Louisiana, but there's also smaller events everywhere in the United States, I believe, especially in the South. Like here in Florida, there's a number of different Mardi Gras little events, and I think at least one of the theme parks known around here does an event as well. I think Universal does in any case. That looks like a picture of something up there, perhaps another Mardi Gras area from before. Nice little fireplace. The Mardi Gras colors is mostly like yellow and green. I have some little stuff that I'm wearing that's Mardi Gras themed, though I think mine are like blue and orange, which I guess are like a secondary color for it. I wish I had gotten the yellow and green versions of the stuff, but I guess at the time I wanted the blue and orange ones. Oh, we got some fireworks boxes here. So if you don't know what Mardi Gras is, it's a celebration where there's usually a lot of drinking. There's floats that go on parade around the streets. Beads are a big thing about it. As you can see, that there's beads being thrown around on the street here as we walk across it. We'll go ahead and continue along. I like the little shrubberies we have on the sides here with Mardi Gras colors, and they also have masks on them too. So that's pretty neat. I also have these climbing walls here. I tried to do one earlier and I couldn't figure it out. It seems to be like a clicking game of some sort. And you click on the rocks and they light up, but once you get out of the range of where your body is, it tells you that you slipped or something on those lines. So I'm not quite sure how they work. So what I can tell from here is that the city area here shows a lot of floats and whatnot going through it, and then we have this area that's behind these mountains here, which you can take a glimpse at right there. Is basically like a park area with a number of rides and other festival things. Go ahead and get on one of these. Just knock ourselves around. Can't seem to make it move though now. Oh well, that was fun while it lasted though. We'll go ahead and continue along over here. And we can start to see the main area down here. And there's also the cityscape I was talking about. You can see the floats going down the streetways. But for the most part, there's not too much going on down here. There's these balls that we can kick around as well. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I guess what they wanted to do was to make a scene in this where it was floats going down the streets and whatnot, because that's a lot of what New Orleans is. It's usually about partying, and then there's basically the parade going on. Looks like we have a funhouse over there that I've never seen before. I've been through quite a number of fun houses, I have to say. We got some nice alligators hanging out here as well. It's funny, because, honestly, I don't think many people would bat an eye at that, just having an alligator hanging around, because I can see them in, like, the drainage ditches right along the street that I walk around. That's a nice little plant. Alrighty, we'll go ahead and take a look at this stuff over here on the side. Let's go ahead and check out this hole first. And this area here looks to be something, maybe it's like a photo shoot, or perhaps a place for dancing, I'm not quite sure. Definitely look like you can make some photos here, that's for sure. Some really nice photos on the walls. But we'll go ahead and head back towards the funhouse here. Alright. Well, this is going to be a lot of fast-moving colors, I think, so probably an epilepsy warning right here. It's not spinning. Let's see. No? Okay, so you click on to make it spin, but I guess it doesn't actually spin if you're sitting on it. We have a nice clown up here to greet us. Last time I had a clown greet me in a funhouse didn't go very well. Oh, looks like we're jumping around now. This way, I think? Oh, that's very fast moving. Looks like a slide? I don't know if that's the proper exit or not, though. There's still more to it, so... This way. The way that the walls are also same-ish, I can't tell where the gaps are sometimes, but I think that's the point. And it looks like we found another one of these slides here, and I guess this was the way out. I guess there's two ways out. Okay. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get out to the park area proper out here. You can see more of the cityscape around us. And we do have some rides here, some proper rides. The last one we went to only had a Tunnel of Love type of ride that wasn't like a theme park ride. It looks like we're coming back to them here with the Mardi Gras celebration, as we have a full-on coaster here. And in the Mardi Gras colors too, which I think this is actually the actual real color of the coaster here, if I remember correctly. Because I believe I've seen and ridden this one before. I think it was green and yellow then too. Alright, let's go ahead and get a jump on here. Looks like we're going to have to type start to make it work. Which some of these have to use a word, and some of them you just click on. I wonder if the avatar I'm using was a little bit too short for this, because I'm staring at basically the wire that's holding it in place. Nice view of a Ferris wheel over there. We actually have enough draw distance and some of the other stuff out here in the sky. Oh, time for the drop. Oh, the bar actually disappears in front of us. So that was actually kind of like a gimmick thing there. So these roller coasters work the best when you don't have any frame rate issues going on, because this is super smooth at the moment. Looks really nice. Looks like the ride's over. That was a fun little roller coaster there. Take a look at some of these trees. You can see that there's beads all through the trees here, which is a nice touch. We have this capsule thing up above us here that's actually a kind of a scenic thing, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment here. Basically, it makes it look like we're flying through space. Also gives a nice view of the Mardi Gras stuff I'm wearing at the moment, too. Pretty nice, pretty nice. It looks like we have some carnival type of advertisements here. And a bouncy castle here, which even the entrance to it apparently bounces, which is kind of funny. But you can see there's quite a number of things out here in the park area, and there's also this thing above us here, which is like a mishmash of shapes. Alrighty. Yeah, it reminds me of something I would usually see probably at like an art sim or something along those lines. We got some mushrooms over here. A nice view of the beaded trees here. Oh, looks like the mushrooms are bouncy as well, which is not surprising to me, since often when I see mushrooms like this, they usually are bouncy. Looks like we have at least 3 more rides here. We have something here that's a capsule that seems to be making us float inside. Like we're some sort of specimen. Doesn't actually look like there's any easy way out of this, actually. So I guess maybe I'm gonna have to cam over and sit on something else here so I can get out of this thing. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Tornado. It's been a while since I've seen one of these. And there we go, flying around. Helps to have wings. But once we go into mouse view, it's gonna like Yeah, it's gonna be all over the place. Yeah, last year I had done a month on theme parks essentially here in Second Life, and I believe it was right after that point when I found Chedderbarrel in the first place. And this looks like a bumper car arena here. Which is always nice if you have another person for it, but without another person here, there's not much point in trying to do bumper cars, unfortunately. There's some sort of caged dome here that I'm not seeing any clickables for, besides, I think for the door. Okay, so it does change and drop down. That's actually pretty neat, I have to say. But it doesn't seem to be actually a ride or anything like that. Alrighty. We have another ride here, which is one of your like spinning chair type things that you see a lot of times at like fairs and whatnot. And just like the ones you would see at the fair, it would be blaring music right at the moment, but I actually muted it. Trying to grab onto one of the... Okay, here we go. I was trying to grab onto one of the seats so I could sit on it while it was moving. This actually is really nice because the musical note stream on the side is actually aligned, so it makes it look like it's moving when it's running around this fast. Which usually you don't see an added effect like that on these. That's pretty neat. It looks like we have a coffee building over here, and we have a lot of sitting areas, and it appears to be a buffet of sorts over here. Number of cakes, and looks like ham. Some cheese, I think that is, over there. I think the donut cake might be like a coffee cake, I'm not quite sure. So you got the full-on celebration going on here. Overall, it's a really nice little theme event. There's not a whole lot of Mardi Gras areas in Second Life that go on. I mean, it's essentially February now when I'm doing this, and February is the month for Mardi Gras. Looks like a pirate-themed coffee shop. That's pretty neat. That seems to be just one of those holidays that a lot of people seem to just kind of gloss over, I think. Got some wines as well. You know, now that I actually think about it, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it shares the same month as Valentine's Day. I think a lot of people generally do stuff and set up stuff for Valentine's Day instead of Mardi Gras. Good morning. But it's the evening right now for me. We got some coffee beans bags here, and a couple of books to probably sit here and read too. Honestly, I have to admit I've never been in a coffee shop, not even like a Starbucks, so I have no idea how it's set up. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the Ferris wheel here. And this should give us a nice little view of the entire area. Though a lot of it's going to be covered up with skyscrapers, but you know how it is. Yep, that's where we started, way over there towards the north. There's actually some sort of, just like an entire airport over here on the side. I was not expecting to see that. Yeah, there's a few little things around outside of the area. Get a nice view of that, I'm not even sure what to call it, like a polygon mesh going on there or something like that. Yeah, I can see a nice view of the entire park area here. I think I'm going to go ahead and just fly over to the cityscape one more time and sort of just kind of take that in a little bit more for a moment. You can see a whole brigade of floats going on beside here, but as you can see, a lot of the sim was made to look like a city with a parade going through it. Which is a neat idea, I have to say. In any case, this was Chedderbarrel Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras event, and I'll see you guys next time. So see you then.